Hello Blinks! Cherry Blossom, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that has been the talk of the fandom lately, Jennie's straightforward statement about her dating life, and how people keep twisting her every move into a story that doesn't even exist. You've probably seen the endless posts, the wild speculations, and those so-called shipper theories that try to connect every little detail about her to someone else. But here's the truth, Jennie herself has already spoken loud and clear. She hasn't dated in a long time. She said it confidently, without hesitation, without regret. And yet, people just can't seem to let go of their fantasies. So in this video, we're going to unpack the whole thing. Why do people obsess over Jennie so much? Why do they create stories that have no basis in reality? And most importantly, why does Jennie remain completely unbothered while others lose themselves in endless speculation? Stick around because this is about to get very interesting. In the world of entertainment, where every move is under the spotlight, the smallest gestures of a superstar can often be twisted into stories far more complicated than reality. Jennie, one of BLACKPINK's most iconic members and a true global figure, is the perfect example of this phenomenon. Recently, she once again proved her straightforward and confident nature. With ease and clarity, Jennie stated that she hasn't dated in a long time. There was no hesitation in her voice, no pause that could spark speculation, and no ambiguous tone that left room for misinterpretation. She said it simply, directly, and confidently. And yet, ironically, what should have been a definitive statement only fueled a new wave of obsession from those who constantly overanalyze her actions. In today's era of social media, it has become common for certain shipper accounts to spin elaborate tales from the tiniest details. Something as trivial as the direction of her gaze, her body language, or even the rhythm of her breathing can be dissected and transformed into supposed evidence for an imagined romance. And as a global superstar, Jennie often becomes the prime target of these exaggerated fantasies. Truth is, this obsession reveals something deeper. Many people, whether they admit it or not, find a strange sense of satisfaction in imagining a woman like Jennie, beautiful, wealthy, successful, and influential, being head over heels for their favorite idol. It's a kind of illusion, a fantasy that makes their chosen star seem more appealing, as if he has the irresistible charm to win the heart of someone like her. But reality tells a completely different story. Jennie has never given any indication of such things. She lives her life normally, attending concerts, enjoying time with her friends in private corners, and never sending hidden signals that match the romantic storylines people try to create for her. If we take a closer look, what really drives this behavior is possessiveness. Some people simply cannot accept Jennie as an independent individual. They want to control her narrative, to shape her life story in a way that connects her every move to someone they admire. When Jennie attends a concert, for instance, the narrative is immediately twisted. She must be there for someone, she must be obsessed with someone, or she must be sending a secret message. But the truth is far more straightforward. Jennie is simply there to enjoy music and share moments with her friends. Nothing more, nothing less. This kind of possessiveness is why misunderstandings arise so easily. It's not that people truly hate Jennie, in fact, it's the opposite. They are fascinated by her, even if they won't admit it. There's a hidden pride in imagining that someone like Jennie could fall for their favorite star. Because if a global superstar like her were to be obsessed with someone, wouldn't that elevate his status? That subtle sense of pride is exactly what keeps the obsession alive. But here's the part they often forget. Jennie is her own person with her own life. She is not a character in a fictional story, and she is not a puppet in someone else's fantasy. She is a grown woman with a massive career, global achievements, and a private life that she has every right to protect. And this is where Jennie's strength shines the most. She never feels the need to respond to gossip or speculation. Her words are always simple, clear, and strong. When she says she hasn't dated in a long time, that's her truth. She doesn't feel the need to add explanations. She doesn't owe anyone further justification. That confidence, that clarity, that's what makes her so charismatic. Jennie knows exactly who she is, what her life looks like, and where she is headed. Looking back at her career, this becomes even more evident. From the very beginning of Blackpink's debut, Jennie has been known for her confidence, her resilience, and her ability to withstand enormous pressure. Despite the constant media attention, the gossip, and the endless commentary, she has continued to move forward with elegance. She built her career brick by brick, claimed global recognition, and became one of the brightest names in the entertainment industry. From headlining international tours, gracing the covers of the world's top magazines, to collaborating with the most luxurious fashion brands, Jennie has proven herself as a true icon. With such success, it's almost laughable that people still try to drag her into petty narratives. Why should anyone care who she sits with at a concert? Why should it matter what event she attends or who else might be there? Those are distractions, nothing more. The bigger picture is clear. Jennie is a powerful woman who has carved her own path and made history in both music and fashion. And yet, some people insist on staying trapped in their fantasies. They prefer gossip over facts, fiction over reality. They continue to force Jennie into stories that don't exist while ignoring the obvious truth. Jennie does not care about such trivial matters. Here's the irony. Many of these people claim they dislike her, but their actions prove otherwise. They talk about her constantly, watch her every move, and endlessly connect her to others. In the end, it all comes back to obsession. The obsession with seeing Jennie as part of their chosen narrative. The obsession with controlling her story. The obsession with making her a character in their fanfiction. But the truth remains unchanged. Jennie is just living her life. She has every right to go to a concert, to hang out with friends, to laugh and enjoy herself without being linked to anyone she never mentioned. And maybe it's time for people to recognize this. Jennie never asked to be the subject of obsessive fantasies. She never asked to be turned into a fictional character in someone else's storyline. She just wants to live her life on her own terms. As a wealthy, successful, and influential woman, she knows exactly what matters and what doesn't. And clearly, baseless dating rumors are nowhere near the list of things that deserve her attention. More than just an idol, Jennie represents the modern woman who stands tall in the face of overwhelming scrutiny. She shows that true success comes from hard work, dedication, and the courage to be unapologetically yourself. She doesn't need validation from anyone. She doesn't need to be linked with someone to prove her worth. Jennie is Jennie, a global superstar who has built her identity on her own terms. So the next time people try to spin stories about her, maybe they should stop and ask themselves, why are we so obsessed? Do we really dislike her, or are we actually captivated by her and just afraid to admit it? Jennie has already given her answer. She hasn't dated in a long time. That's the truth. No hidden meanings, no secret signals, no mysterious agenda. Just a simple fact from Jennie herself. Because at the end of the day, Jennie's life belongs to Jennie, not to anyone else's imagination.